Hi guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be doing a chat spat about a few different things. I want to update you guys on some things that are going on with me, and then I want to talk about two other topics that are going to be quite controversial, so I'm hoping that we can keep it as civil as possible. In the comment section, you guys know how I roll with that. I just think that we can have opposing opinions as adults and keep it cool as cucumber. I hate cucumbers. Ugh. But let's go ahead and jump in because this is going to be quite a long video because there's just so much to say on everything. So let's just dive right in. I feel like we should say a little bit of a prayer first because I'm a little bit scared. A little bit scared. So I did want to update you guys on things that are going on with me. I am still not in a very good place mentally. If you guys saw the opening up video that I did, I will leave that linked down below if you haven't. I have bipolar and I have OCD and I have anxiety, horrible anxiety. I have a lot of things, BPD, trichotillomania. I have a lot of mental health issues. That's not something that I am ashamed of or going to hide. It's just, it is what it is. I have no control over it. My bipolar came out through a very series of traumatic events that happened to me all in the same year. And since then, all of these lovely things that I can't control are in my head, in my body, in my mind, in my soul, and I'm trying to fight them every single day. And I'm pretty strong, pretty good at doing so. But I go through moments. I have moments where I just can't do it myself. And that's kind of what I'm going through right now. That is what I'm going through right now, and I discussed that in that video. I'm going to discuss another reason here in a second, this adding to this, but I'm having a hard time making videos. I'm having a hard time finding the want to make videos. I told you guys I was going to get back to filming this week, and I just lost it. The moment that I knew that I had to film and do all of that, I got this horrible anxious anxiety over me, and I'm having a hard time making beauty videos, you guys. I have so much I want to do, but the oomph is not there. I'm still dealing with a lot of things in my personal life with the death of my husband's father. There's a lot of other personal things that have been added on to that since then. We're just going through a lot. And it's the summertime, and my daughter is leaving soon for the summer. She leaves for the whole summer to go see her father down south. And I want to be with my family right now, and that's what I need. So I'm going to film as much as possible. I'm going to put out as much as I can, but my mental health has to come first. So I did want to update you guys on that. I am getting there. I am doing okay. I'm getting there. I'm just not there yet. And I don't want to push myself because I don't want to just end up walking away completely. So I'm going to put out what I can when I can and keep trying to heal. And that is the update. Now on to the first topic I really want to talk about is my issue with the beauty community and how I truly feel like the beauty community is dying. And I sit there, and since because of the mental health issues, I haven't spent a lot of time working on my content for the beauty community. So I've spent more of my time watching the beauty community, watching social media. All of my social media is revolved around people who are beauty influencers and creators or viewers. And so I see it all, but I'm not working in it as of right now. So I'm not missing a lot. I'm seeing everything. And I'm more so a viewer now than I am a creator because I'm watching more than I'm making. And I see such a problem, and it's so sad, and I want your guys' opinions on it too. I am so incredibly bored with the beauty community. Is anybody else bored with the beauty community? What has it turned into? I sit there and I'm just like, how does any of this have anything to do with beauty? When YouTube first came around and people started making beauty videos, it was makeup tutorials, get ready with me's, things like that. And then it evolved into, you know, what's in my purse and tag videos and challenges, which those were fun and entertaining. You know, they brought a little something extra to the beauty community that was fun. And that was great. But now with what I see that's going on, there's so much that just has no information in it. It has nothing in it for you besides just entertainment, which you can find everywhere else on YouTube. And I miss the tutorials. I miss the content that used to be. And I know and I see that the people who are trying to bring that back are going nowhere. But I see so many other people complaining about it, saying the same thing that I am, yet it's not happening. When the people are trying to do those kind of things, bring back that original content, nobody's watching it. And so I'm just like, what is the beauty community going to actually turn into? Because you're really getting nothing there. If you're getting tutorials, if you're getting get ready with me's, they're looks that not a lot of people can achieve. Not a lot of people want to wear daily. People won't watch videos unless they're like, wow, bam, oh my god, WTF, you know, things that are just so insane. We're sitting there now I'm seeing that we're decluttering videos and not even showing the process of how we're decluttering them. We're just throwing all of the makeup all over our floor, and since they're larger YouTubers and they get a ton of PR, there's so much that it's wow, bam, in your face, I can't believe it, clickbait, 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 because you click on it and they're just like, see all the makeup I'm getting rid of, that's my declutter. And that's not a declutter. That's not what declutters used to be. You get to watch the process of them choosing and picking and discussing why they don't want something, why they're choosing to declutter something. That is what's fun. That's what's educational. That's what's helpful. That's what's informative. And that's not even happening now. I feel like everything is being turned into entertainment versus information. And as a viewer, I'm just like, what use is the beauty community at this point? Because at this point, I barely click on any videos because it's either the same thing over and over and over again, or it's just not informative, and it just has no use for me. If I want to be entertained, I go to some other niche of YouTube. I go some other corner of YouTube, not the beauty community. The beauty community is supposed to be about makeup and beauty, I thought. And it just doesn't seem to be that way anymore. And that is another reason why I'm having a hard time finding the want to make beauty videos. I love makeup. I love makeup. It's everything. You know, I love it. I love what it does for us. I love what it can do for us. I love what it means or what it's supposed to mean. And it just doesn't seem like the beauty community is that anymore. And the people that are trying to bring that back just aren't getting anywhere. They're just being lost in the fold. They're not growing. Nobody's watching them. And it is a sad problem to see. And I want to know if you guys see it, what your thoughts are on it. I'd really like to know that, because I see a lot of people complain about it, but why aren't the people that are actually trying to correct it growing? Why aren't they being seen? Why is this happening? You know, like, when did it turn from actual substance to just pure trash entertainment? You know, and is this the way that it's going to be? And if it is, do a lot of us want to be a part of that? You know, like, that's what's going through my mind. And it's quite sad to see. And even businesses are making it incredibly difficult on YouTubers. There's just everything, it seems to be imploding. It seems to be imploding, and I want your guys' opinions. Now, the next thing I want to discuss is something that is going to be so controversial. So controversial, but I think that it is so important to talk about. So incredibly important to talk about. And as someone who has children, I felt this pull. I tried to stay away from it, and then I was like, you know what? I can't. And that is Kat Von D publicly choosing to say that she's not vaccinating her child. And I really want to know people's opinions on this, because this topic is so controversial, because there is scientific proof on both ends, or at least information on both ends, that supports both sides of this controversial topic. And I really want to know what you guys are thinking. For me, I vaccinate. I vaccinate my children, vaccinate myself. You know, like, I think that that is highly, highly important. It's from the information that I've done. Information can always be wrong. It depends on where you find it. But from the information and research that I've done myself in college medical libraries, it's just, some people will grab anything off of Google, and it can be very, very tricky at that point. But from the information and research that I've gotten and gathered and done, vaccines do not cause autism, and the doctor that said it did lost her license. And there's a reason for that, because autism starts in the womb. It does not It does not come from vaccines. When you choose not to vaccinate your child, what you are doing is essentially making your child a ticking time bomb for the world. And I know that there are a lot of vaccines out there that maybe we don't need. I do think that at some point we do over-vaccinate. That does happen. But there are still active diseases out there that your child can contract and not only die themselves if they're not vaccinated, but kill hundreds of other people who are not able to get vaccinated, who have low immune systems, you know, who can't get the vaccine because of certain disorders or diseases that they have. They have cancer, whatnot. They have, you know, compromised immune systems. They can't get those vaccines. You're putting them in danger. And I have a huge problem with that, because for me, that is you're choosing to potentially harm other human beings and children at that. And I have a huge problem with that. I have an even bigger problem with the fact that someone as influential as Kat Von D saying that publicly to tons of impressionable people who will take that and decide to not vaccinate their children too. And that is something that could possibly become a trend. And that is so terrifying to me. It is so beyond terrifying to me. There are so many people out there. There are active cases of measles out there. There are people in other countries who pray that they could get those vaccines that we get. And there are people in this country choosing not to, because they did their research. And of course, it's your child. You do what you want, you know, but there is a reason why you can't go get into public school without them. You know, there's a reason why you can't do a lot of public things without having your vaccines. You are dangerous at that point. I am scared for anyone who's not vaccinated. Now, there are plenty of people out there who are not vaccinated and have been lucky, and I say that, lucky enough to not contract anything in their lifetime, and maybe they won't. Thank God. But that doesn't mean that it can't happen. That it is a huge potential that it will happen. You know, there's more proof that you're a ticking time bomb and that you're incredibly dangerous not being vaccinated versus what happens to you or could potentially happen to you if you are vaccinated. And I have an even bigger problem, honestly, an even bigger problem with the fact that she has such a large influence and such a large platform, and she's putting that out there. And I believe that she's only doing that because she wants to maintain that controversial position that she has. Someone who cares so much for for animals, who is such an advocate for animals. Why aren't you the same kind of advocate for human beings? For your own kind? That, to me, it blows my mind. You know, like, if she got a dog and it had to be vaccinated, or if it was around any other dog, it could potentially kill them if it contracted something, I'm quite certain she would vaccinate that dog. Why wouldn't you do that for your own child? I'm a little blown away, and I hope that a lot of people start speaking up about this, because it's scary, and it's everybody's business, because what happens if her child contracts something? Because they travel all over, you guys. Everywhere. You know? You can't tell me that Kat Von D is going to put her child into a bubble and never move that child. They are going to travel all over the world. What happens if that child contracts something incredibly rare and deadly and they travel everywhere? I don't want to see anything bad happen to her child, and I don't want to see anything bad happen to anybody else's child, especially mine or some other future child. Someone who is already fighting something and can't get vaccinated. I don't want to see that, and I find this to be such a horrible problem. Now, I do see a lot of people going straight to boycotting her brand, boycotting Sephora because they're carrying her brand. I'm not into all of that. I'm not. Okay, I think that there's a more important message, and this does not have anything to do with makeup. Nothing. If you choose to boycott her brand and whatever, that's up to you. But I'm not for all of that. I just have a problem with this situation here. And my choice as to how to react is to speak up and speak out. And I want to hear what your guys' opinions are. There's a lot of, I know this and I know this, and I'm a doctor and I'm a nurse and I'm a pathologist and I'm this and this and this. And I just want to know your guys' opinions. I want to know what you think, because I know that there are doctors who are like, you shouldn't vaccinate. There's doctors that said you absolutely must. There's pathologists that are like, we know the real tea. You know, like there's just stuff out there. You know, there's so many conflicting things. I really don't think at this point that there is enough conclusive information to have one overall proved fact about this. So of course this is always going to be a controversial kind of discussion. But it is a well-known thing. If you're not vaccinated, you will contract these diseases if you are exposed to them. And then if you go to the hospital or the doctors because you contracted these diseases, you're going to give those diseases to anybody else who didn't have the choice to be vaccinated or has not yet gotten their vaccine. That is a problem in itself. And that's just a fact of that it's a problem. So I want to know your guys' opinions down in the comment section below. So thank you guys so much for sitting here and listening to me yak. I am trying to get back into the groove of things as much as possible. I don't want to come on here and not be myself or make videos that I don't want to make. So that is the process I'm going through right now. I'm just healing inside so I can be on the outside what I want to be on my channel. So I hope that you guys can be patient with me. I will not just up and disappear. I'm still around. I'm still going to do live shows. I'm still going to be making videos, just not 5 videos a week right now. So I hope you guys understand, and thank you so much for your patience and understanding. Leave your comments down below. Try to be as patient, understanding, and as kind as possible. I don't want to have to delete any comments or block anyone or do anything like that. I just want to have an adult conversation on some pretty serious topics. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you guys in the next one.